My word for this year has been harmony, and how serendipitous that Equilibria, a woman-owned wellness brand, focuses on bringing your mind and body back into harmony. Equilibria offers science-backed products that have helped over 200,000 women feel better. My go-to product is a daily Nutri-Greens, which contains an immune antioxidant and detox blend, along with prebiotics, probiotics, and over 35 fruits and veggies. They support digestion, boost the immune system, boost mood and energy levels, and helps detoxify the body. Admittedly, I'm not the best at reaching my recommended quota of veggies every day, but the daily Nutri-Greens makes it so much easier to reach that goal. Plus, it tastes great, and I feel an immediate energy boost after. This is my travel hack of the year, which is taking daily Nutri-Greens on the road with me so I can get my daily dose of greens even if I'm not home. Now, for our Dateable listeners only, head to myeq.com and use the code DATEABLE for 15% off Equilibria's daily Nutri-Greens and much more. That's myeq.com and use the code DATEABLE at checkout for 15% off site-wide today.
Did you know that an estimated 5 billion plastic hand soap and cleaning bottles are thrown away each year? That is such a lose-lose situation for you and the planet. Blueland is on a mission to eliminate single-use plastic by reinventing cleaning essentials to be better for you and the planet with the same powerful clean you're used to. They offer refillable cleaning products with a beautiful, cohesive design that looks great on your counters. You'll never have to grab bulky cleaning supplies on your grocery run again. I seriously love all the products, from the cleaning sprays to hand soap, toilet bowl cleaner, and laundry tablets. The other day, my cleaner Lou, shout out as I know he listens, even commented on how good these products work. So professional house cleaner approved too. Blueland has a special offer for listeners. Right now, get 15% off your first order by going to blueland.com/dateable. You don't want to miss this. blueland.com/dateable for 15% off. That's blueland.com/dateable to get 15% off.
Hello, UA here. Friends, hi. I'm literally waiting for my Uber right now on my way to the airport. I think I have 10 minutes, which is perfect for a quickie. I'm about to go off on my annual solo trip, and I think I'm going to make it a thing. That's besides the point, but I think it's like my annual tradition, and I'm pumped up with energy, and I've been trying to get this thought out for a while, and I think because of the time pressure, I'm able to do it. So here it is. Every day, I get at least one text from a friend who is highlighting some sort of bad dating behavior. And I couldn't help but wonder, if you get that reference to Sex and the City, Carrie used to say it all the time. I couldn't help but wonder, is it that bad dating behavior has increased in recent years, or is it just that we are communicating and talking about them more? And I think I've come to this conclusion. I think that there is more bad dating behavior. I used to think it was because now that we've opened up communications and because of the internet, you just hear more about it. But I do think right now we are giving permission for people to behave badly because we are shedding light on negative behavior. And the reason why I think this is because the more we talk about bad dating behavior, the more we complain about it or put names around it. Like, for example, every day I think I hear about someone getting ghosted or breadcrumbed. These were not part of our vocabulary before the internet, and all of a sudden people are resonating with these terms. The more we put vocabulary around terrible behavior, the more we actually perpetuate it. A good example of this is that, so back in the day, there were all these anti-drug campaigns for high school kids. I'm sure if you are in my age range, you remember seeing them, watching them on TV. And the scenario was always this. Follow this formula. Be a group of kids doing drugs, and then a nice kid walks by, and the bad kids are like, hey, you want to try some drugs? The good kid is like, no, and then walk away. And the whole message was just say no, right? Well, what's interesting about these anti-drug campaigns is that they actually saw an increase in drug use among teenagers. And the reason is because it all of a sudden brought to light what seemed like the majority of teenagers were doing, which was drugs. So if you were a kid who was not exposed to drug use, all of a sudden you watch these commercials and thought, how come I'm not part of this? Seems like everybody else is doing this. And if you're a kid who's already doing drugs, these commercials actually validated what you're doing because you think, well, this is what everybody else is doing. This is such like natural human behavior, which is to follow what everybody else is doing, which somehow normalizes whatever that action is. So I remember these anti-drug commercials, and I think I had the same thought. I was in high school. I was never exposed to drug use or alcohol use. And when I saw these commercials, I kind of thought to myself, like, am I not in the in crowd? Isn't that fucked up? I literally was like, maybe I'm not popular enough to be offered drugs. I'd never been offered drugs. And I still remember my senior year. I went to a party, finally, a party. And someone offered me a beer. And I was like, oh, finally, I'm cool. So finally, someone's offering me like an act that is illegal. I thought I was a cool kid and I thought I was kind of rebellious. I used to skip school all the time to hang out with my boyfriend, but I wasn't part of that crowd. And it made me feel like I was ostracized by the cool kids. So I'm drawing this parallel because I think we're doing the same thing in modern dating. We are only highlighting all the bad stuff that people are doing, all the red flags. And now that we have vocabulary around it, and now that we are making it public, it normalizes bad dating behavior. So if you are someone who've never ghosted and you hear about all these people getting ghosted all the time, it does make you think, oh, I can do that because other people do that apparently all the time. And apparently it's so prevalent that people complain about it. And if you are someone who engages in regular ghosting, you used to do that in silo. So maybe you felt a little bit of guilt or shame because you had nobody else to compare to. And maybe hopefully deep down you think this is bad. But now you hear all these other people doing it and you think, oh, I feel validated. I'm not so bad after all, because apparently there's all these other bad actors out there. It gives an excuse for bad dating behavior. And that's the point I want to drive home is what we can do in this moment in time is to stop bringing attention to bad dating behavior. The more we text our friends or complain publicly on your social media or to send another group text with a screenshot of some shit someone said to you, the more we perpetuate and normalize this behavior. And then the more this industry will keep naming all this shit. Like, I don't know how we can get around another bad dating behavior term. Like roaching was one recently. And I'm just like, are we done? Can we stop? Because we're all just saying the same thing. All this bad dating behavior, all these names, just all say that people are disappointed, people are hurt, people feel betrayed. So can we name that instead? Can we just say like, it's really disappointing, some of the behavior that's out there? And maybe we don't need to be specific about what that bad behavior is. But let's start highlighting what could be. Julie and I spend a lot of time dreaming about a dating utopia, okay? Like, what could be the most ideal dating universe? And in this universe, yeah, there are bad actors. There are bad actors in every universe. But we normalize and we encourage good dating behavior. So every year, maybe we have a new term for something good someone's doing. Like when someone confirms plans well in advance, maybe we say, oh, I met a confirmer. I got confirmed. Like that's a good thing. And can we start just encouraging that so other people who've never done that before can say, oh, I think I can do that too. I would like to do that too. Apparently it makes people feel good. And truthfully, I think a lot of this behavior that's negative that we complain about, it's also due to some people's ignorance. Like this whole confirming thing, right? A girlfriend recently told me about these endless text exchanges she had with a guy on an app, and he just couldn't confirm plans. And she sent out all these hints and he just couldn't confirm. I don't know if this guy is doing it maliciously. I really think people are just ignorant. They don't know what to do because they didn't grow up with good examples. They grew up with bad examples, that's for sure, and they probably think it's normal. Oh, it's kind of normal to have a conversation die off on dating apps because it seems like it happens to everyone and happens all the time. Well, fuck it. Like, I think when this happens to you, think about what could a dating utopia scenario look like? And in this dating utopia scenario, I hope that the person I'm speaking to can confirm plans when I throw out ideas out there. And then I would also communicate that with the person I'm engaging with. I'm really looking forward to seeing you and meeting you in person. I know we made plans for Wednesday. I just want to make sure we're still on. Or I really like it if we can confirm these plans at least 24 hours ahead of time. You can set these standards and boundaries and have other people meet you. And if they're not picking up that clue, then you know they're not your people. They are not part of this dating utopia world. So, in the same example of the anti-drug campaign, what did end up working was they botched that whole thing. It's like, nope, we're no longer showing the bad behavior. They're showing good behavior. They're showing what a drug-free life for a kid could look like. They're showing someone with potential because they've stayed away from drugs. So it's not that the message went from everybody's doing drugs, all you have to do is say no, to if you live a life drug-free and alcohol-free, you can really thrive and you can really pull ahead from the people in your same class. And that campaign worked wonders. So that's my little quickie rant because my Uber's here. He's been here for 3 minutes, so I don't want to get less than a 5-star review from him. But I think going into my solo trip, my intention is always elevate myself to what is the better case scenario? What can I do that's better here? What can I encourage that's better? And I will stay away from behaviors where I feel the need to complain or share screenshots or share these thoughts publicly because I don't want to encourage it. I don't want to bring light to it. And I also don't want to normalize it. And I hope you all feel similarly. And then hopefully we can all take accountability for ourselves and say, if I feel the need to complain about it, I shouldn't be doing that myself. But when I do something good, I know it's good dating behavior. I'm also going to celebrate myself for it. All right, that's my quickie. Going to the airport. See you all soon. Bye.
Before you leave this episode, just a reminder to head over to dateablepodcast.com/programs if you want to get in on our Meeting People IRL Masterclass and see what else we have in store.